Hello beautiful people, welcome to this week's episode. I hope you've had a really great week. It's getting closer and closer to Christmas. Stay tuned for this week's episode. So guys, it's been a really chaotic week for me, not just musically and work-wise, but in general. I've been doing a whole lot of stuff in preparation for Christmas and the end of the year. As you know, December is one of those times for musicians and creatives that gets really crazy busy. So I have been trying to keep up with myself. First and foremost, making sure that my tax return is complete, doing all the Christmas gigs that I've got going on, trying to catch up with the family and friends, people that I haven't seen very much this year, and just basically trying to wrap up the year with all of my loose ends tied. So first things first, I got some really bad news this week. There's a gentleman by the name of Ron Grant. He used to host a night in New York called Village Underground, and I found out he passed away like 2 days ago. I didn't know him personally. I had met him on a few occasions when I went to New York, but he is a very well-known character in the New York scene, and it is a massive loss for music in New York and everywhere, because it was like an international night that he used to host. And so I want to say like heartfelt condolences to his family and everybody who has been impacted by him. I know a lot of my friends, whenever they've gone to New York, that's the first spot they hit, and so it's really sad to hear that he's passed. So all my condolences and well wishes to the family and those people who know him and was affected by his death. It's really sad, but it's so amazing the legacy that he left. And even me, somebody who didn't know him personally, I feel it. I'm really sad. But anyway, that was something I found out this week. Also, I was looking at the video that I recorded earlier on in this year in January, and I was looking at all of stuff that I said I was going to do for 2018. Now, upon reflection, I think I covered most of it. I was able to record some original material this year. It's not complete, but I'm certainly like 60% of the way there. I'm hoping to release some stuff maybe next year, hopefully, if it goes to plan and everything runs smoothly, which is exciting for me because it was never an option for me back in maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And now I put out there that I wanted to do some original music, and some people reached out to me and was really interested in working with me, so that's been fantastic. Also, I've toured a lot this year, so I've spent a lot of 2018 outside of London doing a lot of touring. I've been with Marty Pello for the year, working with Freya Ridings, who I think is amazing, and actually we've got a real early call time tomorrow to go and do some TV, Christmas TV. I think that's the reason why I've got this hat on, but secretly I'm actually really enjoying the festive period. So I was supposed to do a panto, which is what I mentioned about 2 episodes ago. I was supposed to do a panto this Christmas, which would have taken me right up until the 7th of January. Now, I had to not do the panto. Now, for those of you who know me, I do not cancel gigs unless it's absolutely necessary, and this is the first time I've ever done it. I've had to pull out of the gig, and 2 reasons really. One, because I was absolutely exhausted, and the idea of working 6 days a week for 6 weeks was like filling me with dread, if I'm honest. And secondly, I had a lot of family stuff that I had to deal with this year, and it was virtually impossible for me to see how I would be able to work and spend time with family. So that's why I'm not doing the panto. However, in place of the panto, I've been getting calls to do session work with other artists, which has kind of allowed me to still work, but also have time that I am free so that I can do other stuff, which is really important, especially as a musician and singer. You never know when your days off are, and you kind of have to look out for yourself in the sense of, you know, sometimes work can get a bit much, and it's really important that you do what's right for your body and for you, and make sure that work doesn't become pride of place in the sense that you forfeit your well-being for the sake of saying that you're busy or that you've got a gig. And so many people were saying to me, I commend you for pulling out, because, you know, many singers and people who work in the industry know that if you pull out of a gig, sometimes either it can ruin your reputation if it's done in a really bad way, or you can kind of worry about whether you're going to work or not. So I was kind of like, I know I've pulled out, it's last minute, will I work? But thank the lucky stars, or thank God, whatever you believe in, it's worked out for me, and I've been able to work and do the things that I've needed to do. So it's been fantastic, and I feel very well rested, which is great. Lastly, I want to say to you guys, as the year comes to a close and everybody starts to evaluate how their year's gone and what's happened during the year, that you also take stock of all the things that have happened this year that have been amazing, like all the opportunities that you didn't realize you were going to get, all the things that you learned as a result of experiences this year, all the people that you've met and people that you've worked with, places that you've gotten to go where you've never seen before, or that you've always wanted to go and then end up going for work and stuff like that. For me, I've been very reflective of the people that I work with. Over the course of the next few days, I'm going to be posting people who've worked with the vlog or who have contributed in some way to my career this year, and I want to give massive shout outs out to everybody who has done that. So guys, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos we post. We post every single week, as I said, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Google Plus, on Tumblr. We'll be kind of giving you more information about what's going to be coming in 2019, and also we're just going to do a roundup of the year, a recap, making sure that you remember all the things that we've learned, and hopefully you can tell your friends and your family to subscribe to the channel for information about music and the industry. So guys, all that remains for me to say is, if I don't get to speak to you or see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a happy holiday season. Can't wait to share lots of stuff. We've got a couple more episodes before 2018 is out, but guys, thank you so much for rocking with us over the last 12 months, and can't wait to do more with you in 2019. Thank you guys, and goodbye.